Do you hate it when you come back home from work and then suddenly... Oh my god. No way. No way. Is that? No. This can't be. No, this can't be at all. What? Oh my god. No way. I found my baby. Oh, god damn. A couple years ago, I started this YouTube channel. Back in, I want to say 2016. February 2016. Long time ago. I started posting videos like Flamish's Potato, which I'm pretty sure the majority of you who have been here since the beginning remember Flamish's Potato. And the fact that everyone keeps bugging me to do it. Do it! Just do it! Now, am I here to say that Flamish's Potato 6 won't happen? No. There is potential in the future, but especially since that I ended up getting new editing software, finally, for my delicious computer that's on the floor rotting away at the moment. So, I hit 600 subscribers about a couple days ago. It was during the Doom Marathon, which I actually need to finish that up and stuff, but we hit 600 subs, and that was just amazing. I for real could not really comprehend that so much, especially since we finally hit our 6th milestone. Now, our last milestone was back in 2018. That took about a year. Yeah, it took over a year to get to this milestone, and was it worth it? Probably not. I probably could have, been doing like real world living life stuff. Now. I mean, I turned 20 this year. Yeah. I turned 20 this year. That hurt. That hurts a lot. Essentially, this year for me, or I should say the past 2 years, have been probably some of the most craziest and not super happy year and a half in my entire life. 2018 and 2019 have just been nothing but a fucking emotional thrill ride, is what I would definitely call it. There's just so much shit that happened this year, and a lot of depressing stuff as well, that there were moments where I sit there and I go, is it worth it in the long run to do this whole YouTube thing, and I will be honest with you guys, it's kind of 50-50. Like, on one end, I love the amount of audience that I get. I love the people that watch and all that, even though it's a very, very minuscule, tiny amount. I have an audience, I have fans, I have people who genuinely enjoy my stuff, and that's really, really awesome, and I love that to death, and I never will, put that away, ever. And, it's gonna be a bumpy road in the future as well, but I do hope that I can still bring quality content. I haven't uploaded a normal video. Some of my newer content that I've made, I haven't uploaded one in about 2 months. The last one was I Like Your Face, which was a fun, that was a fun video. I won't lie, I had a lot of fun working on that one. But yeah, I thought I'd just kind of like set the record straight. This year hasn't been super great for me. In fact, last year hasn't been super great for me. And I think it took over a whole year to get to 600 subs, is another sign of it's not been super great either. I struggled a lot to get to this point. And my biggest goal is to get to 1,000. For real. Like, but we have 400 more to go. And will I ever see that number before I potentially maybe stop doing this YouTube thing? Probably. You know, it might not turn out super great in the end, but hey, we're just gonna wait and see. But yeah, that's kind of, the whole shtick. But overall, I kind of want to get that off my chest a little bit, but I just want to say deep down, thank you so much for everyone who has been very supportive, very helpful, very friendly. A lot of you to me are like family. I've had moments with my friends where I've cried hard because of some of the stuff that's happened this year, and it just really makes me happy that I have these friends and I have these people that really really care about me, and they think I'm this super awesome guy, and I genuinely I'm trying my hardest not to tear up right now, but genuinely from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all the support and all the love that has been granted to me, and it's like I don't deserve it. I don't feel like I deserve it one bit, but people come to me and they tell me that I'm a one-of-a-kind guy, and I'm just like, I don't deserve it though. And that's genuine too, but deep down though, I just want to say thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I know I'm not saying thank you for 600 subs. At this point, it's more about thank you just for being you, and thank you for just being there to support. And that to me is what really matters, and stuff. Yeah, I appreciate it a lot, and I just don't think there's any real way for me to, portray that to you guys in a way that really speaks. And I've lost some people I loved this year, and last year, and I've lost a lot of my emotional stuff, and it's been hard, but the support has just been overwhelming, and it really helps, and it really really just gives me a smile that we have people in the community like you guys. That's really what I wanted to say on the really emotional level, and I know that was really crazy, and my audio is probably not synced up with my mouth right now because see fuck. Anyway, today, get all the emotional stuff out of the way. Just wanted to kind of get some stuff off of my chest a little bit, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, today I asked you guys in the Discord for some questions because I planned on doing kind of like a Q&A section for today's video and all that. And well, I didn't really get a lot of questions really. I think I've only gotten like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've only gotten 7 questions for you guys today. I try my best to kind of let people know that I'm going to be doing this, but I don't think it got to everybody, which is absolutely okay. But we're going to still answer these nonetheless, and stuff, because I got this video I got to make. So here's the first question. Well, I'll tell you this much. He's got a really, really small dick. Now that's actually a very easy one, and it's 100% heavy metal. I am a big heavy metal geek. The whole rock and roll genre entirely is just my go-to when I listen to music. But mostly, I would definitely say a lot of it is heavy metal. A lot of people call it noise, and which is, a lot of heavy metal music you hear nowadays can definitely come off as like that, definitely. But if you ask me, that's not really the case. For me, it's a lot more than just loud noise. To me, there's a lot more to it. If anything, I would say heavy metal kind of gives off kind of like a power fantasy. I guess you could say, and it's definitely not for everyone. But I grew up around a family that really was really into heavy metal. My brother Anthony, he is a huge metalhead. Like if I ever got him into a video and you saw he's got the long hair, he's got the piercings, he's got the jackets and everything. He's a metalhead. He's an awesome guy. I love the guy so much, but he is 100% a metalhead if I've ever seen one in my life. My favorite artist though, it would definitely have to be Wayne Static, who unfortunately passed away. I think back in 2014 or 15. And he was, and this actually leads into the band and the song. Well, actually, no, I take it back, not the song, but this leads into the band question as well. He created a band called Static X, and they are my favorite band ever. And I do believe that they're actually doing like a revive type of like album or something like that, like a bunch of music that they wrote that they never released, and they're releasing it as a brand new album, which I thought was really really cool. This was quite a while ago, but Wayne Static to me was really my he was kind of my idol when it came to music, and I actually do remember hearing when he died, and I think I've been listening to his music ever since I was literally like a 4-year-old. That genuinely really got to me a lot, as a person, because his death really meant a lot to me, because it was just like I love this guy. I love Wayne Static. Of course, I never knew what the guy was probably like in real life, but the one thing I remember is he has, if you look up picture, I'll put it in post. He's got like this really long like thing of spiky hair, and he is just one of the coolest looking dudes I've ever seen in my life. I love his hairdo; it's great. But when he died, that was kind of a life changer, because I started getting back into his music again. I rediscovered it, essentially, I guess you could say. And I remembered why I love his music, and I checked out his other albums. Shadow Zone was one of my all-time newest favorites. My favorite album by him is called Wisconsin Death Trip. That's where like all of my favorites are. I think that was their first album, and their first album is just it's awesome. But yeah, my favorite song, it's definitely Rob Zombie's Dragula. I'm a huge Rob Zombie fan. Always have been, always will be. I still love his stuff. I listen to it from time to time. Yeah, I love Rob Zombie. But yeah. Oh, that's too easy as well. It's 100% the very first Devil May Cry game. That game, to me, is a really big reason why I love gaming as much as I do today. And I think Devil May Cry has really kind of influenced a lot of the things I like. Yeah, like the first game to this day is still my favorite game of all time. No other game. I'd say the closest game to take Devil May Cry 1's place would be Doom 2016. Doom 2016 was just, oh my god, that's like my favorite game right now, ever. And I'm still playing it 3 years later. I'm still making maps for it. Holy shit. But yeah, it's 100% Devil May Cry 1. The first one in particular. I love the other games too. 2, 3, 4, 5, even the reboot, and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of mixed with the series, but it's definitely the first game. Shinestar, if or hell, anyone else. I actually made a video kind of like going over and reviewing Devil May Cry 1 on my channel. I don't know how well it's aged. That video took a long time to get done. But I do have that video out that people can go check out. You can go look at it, watch it, and all that to kind of understand why I love the game so much. And yeah, but yeah, it would definitely be the very first Devil May Cry. A few things. Two things in particular I remember very well that really got me into it. So, uh, kind of how I got into the series was mostly because back, I want to say like 9 years ago now. Jesus, yeah, I think it was like 9, 10 years ago at this point. I had a buddy named James, and essentially he brought over his Game Boy Advanced one day, and he was showing me all of his games on there and stuff. And he had, I think it was Doom 1, like Doom 1 for the Game Boy Advance, and he was like, my favorite game on the Game Boy Advance right now is Doom. I'm just like, Doom? What's Doom? I've never heard of Doom at all. And he's like, dude, it's like it's like this first person shooter, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta see this. And I remember he let me play it, and as soon as I started playing Doom on the Game Boy Advance, I was fucking hooked immediately. Like, I'm just like, oh my god, this is like one of the best games I've ever played. I love it so much. And unfortunately, I really only got to play it that one time. And then I think I found out that my parents had a copy of, not the game, but my parents had the copy of the Doom movie, the original one from '05, and I was like, oh, this Doom movie. I remember Doom, and this was like a year or two later after my buddy showed me Doom. So I watched the movie, and as a kid, I was like 9 or 10. I fucking loved that movie. And you know what? I actually still do like that movie. I definitely see it not as a good Doom movie anymore, you know. But one thing I do remember from that movie was the special features, because they were talking about how the biggest influence of Doom was Doom 3 at the time, and I just remember going like, Doom 3, huh? I've never heard of. I didn't know there was like multiple of them, and the movie was hugely influenced by Doom 3 in particular. And hell, even some of the monster designs in the Doom movie are from Doom 3, like the Pinky design from 3 is in the movie. So a lot of it was Doom 3 that they were showing off, but like they were showing it off, and I just thought it was the coolest looking game I've ever seen in my life, and it was spooky looking and shit. So I just naturally got hooked, and I was super interested in the series, but I never got to own it. Doom was only on the Xbox. I didn't have the original. I mean, I did have the original Xbox, but I was way too much into the PS2 at the time, and stuff, and there was really no natural way, because we only had consoles. There's really no natural way for us to get like a copy of Doom whatsoever. And then after that, I went to the GameStop back in 2013 one day, and I saw that they had the Doom BFG edition for PS3, and I immediately bought it. I immediately bought that shit because it was like, oh my god, I actually finally get to play Doom for my very first time. And you know what? That was one of the best times I ever played a game in my life. And then that's essentially how I got into the series. It was really the BFG edition that really allowed me to experience what the hype was about with the series, and playing Doom 1, 2, and 3 got me hyped for 2016, and now Doom is like my second favorite series of all time, and I'm just in love with the series. But yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. There's a good number of reasons. I think one of the biggest reasons why I like the Enderman so much is just because of the mystery behind them. I mean, it's Minecraft and shit. And I remember when I discovered Minecraft for the very first time, it was so foreign to me, and I never knew that kind of a game could exist whatsoever. I think what really first exposed me to the Enderman was a buddy of mine was talking to a group of my friends talking about the Enderman, and he drew like this drawing of an Enderman with like sharp looking triangular teeth. I still remember that picture to this day too. But like he was going on about how like yeah they had this new mob. It's called the Enderman, and if you look at it, it kills you and it teleports and stuff. And I'm just like, what the fuck are they talking about? And you know, there was just all this mystery about them. And then when I finally got the game, I finally learned like what they looked like, how they behaved, and like the fact that their dimension is all just there and all that. And I think it's just because I like their design so much. It's very simple, but yeah, it's very unique, and you don't really see that kind of design anywhere else. I would argue. I like the way the purple and the black combined, and that's kind of why the colors purple and black have really kind of become like my new favorite color palette, purple and black. Is just because I do believe that shade and that color really combine very very well, and that's why like if you watch me play Doom 2016, you'll know that my character model, that the character with the armor and all that, he is purple and black, and it's just because I like the look. I like the idea of the Enderman. I think the idea of the Enderman is such an interesting idea, and there's so much mystery behind them. Like I said, like you know, there's not much that you know about them, and Minecraft doesn't really have a lore book for you to read and kind of understand what's what. And I think that's what makes Minecraft's world a lot more intriguing, is that there is no lore book. There is nothing to kind of explain these creatures. The only thing that explains the creatures in the game is just kind of their gameplay mechanics. And that's it. And I think that's what makes the Enderman so intriguing, because it allows you to kind of think about like why they exist, and all that, what happened to their dimension and all that kind of shit. You know, why is there end cities? Why do Endermen exist and all that kind of stuff? How are they able to teleport from the Nether to Earth or the overworld? You know, like they're just super interesting, awesome creatures. And I think they're some of my favorite enemies in gaming, and that's why even in Minecraft I have the Enderman as my avatar, or like my YouTube channel, the Enderman is my profile picture. And it's just because the Enderman to me is just one of the most coolest designs ever, and I like to identify with that. I guess you could say. But yeah, that's why I love them so much. They're just so mysterious and cool, and I love every bit of them. I think they're fun. I think they're awesome. But yeah. Well, God, you know, to be quite honest with you, I don't know. I think it was just kind of like, it was just something that I wanted to try. Like, I think what it was when I discovered Markiplier back in 2013. In fact, this corner right here is where I first ever watched Markiplier. We had a TV right here. In fact, the TV right here that is right here is essentially the same TV that was right here all those years ago, back in 2013. And I saw that, you know, people like Mark and all that kind of stuff could make a living off of YouTube, you know, and grow just by doing this, essentially. And I think it really kind of it inspired me to the point where I'm just like, you know, this is kind of a dream job. Just average, you know, what you would think a lot of other people would think. But I think over the years, you know, YouTube has changed, Twitch has changed so drastically. And then, like, you have all the competition going in, and so many people trying to grow and become new channels and all that stuff, you know. I think, you know, what really got me was I streamed Minecraft for the first time back in, I want to say, like July of 2015. And my first ever stream, I ended up getting, I think there was like 15 people watching, and out of those 15 people, like 10 of them followed the Twitch channel. And then after that, I just streamed and streamed and streamed more and more and more after that, and then people just kind of loved what I did, which blew me away. And I don't know, like, I think it was that first stream I ever did. People just were blown away by what I did. Completely blown away by what I did. And, I think after that, it really kind of just turned into something magical. Unfortunately, though, my Twitch died down a lot. And it was because of a lot of things. There was this one time... Oh, I remember now. What ended up happening is that... See, the PS4 we were renting it. And the company that we were renting it from wanted $1,800 for it overall. I'm not even kidding when I said they legitimately wanted $1,800 for it. And we just couldn't keep the PS4, unfortunately. And I was still in school at this time as well. And unfortunately, I had to give the PS4 away. And we did get it back. We did get a new PS4. I think it was this one. Well, no, it was my last one. Not this one. And, all that fun stuff. I started streaming again, but I noticed that, like, it's almost like everyone just forgot about me, I guess you could say. There was still people who watched that, like, to this day are still here, like Muffins, for instance, he never forgot. There were some people as well that never forgot either, but, like, a lot of the audience that I had, because of my long hiatus, disappeared entirely. And that sucked, because I was building something great. I remember when I first ever got, like, my first 100 followers, I was just like, oh my god, I got 100 followers, this is insane. I ended up getting, like, 400 followers overall on Twitch, and then I just kind of dropped Twitch in favor of YouTube. And it was still around that time where the idea of becoming a content creator on YouTube was such a big thing, but now it's changed so much. Like, I'm demonetized. I can't make money whatsoever. I actually was making money, not as much as you would think, for real. Like, I'm not even kidding, but I think it just, like, the whole like 2016 thing with, like, the whole Leafy is here and Keemstar shit, and then, like, all the accusations and shit going on. Like, YouTube was a different place in 2016, and it was an aftermath. We had the elections going on as well, and stuff, and that it was just going nuts. 2016 was just a scary year, I think, overall for everybody. And then, like, all the adpocalypse shit, and yeah, it just got worse and worse. YouTube themselves are distancing themselves from what they originally were back in the past, and they still are. I mean, it even showed with YouTube Rewind last year, the most disconnected company ever with their audience ever, which is a damn shame. And why I'm still making content, why I'm still going, why I haven't given up yet, I don't know. But I don't think I want to give up, because I treat this more as a hobby now than a goal to do something big with my life, because I know I'm not going to get all that big at all. I know that's really not going to happen. But I want to at least savor the moment and stuff. I want to at least savor it and just have fun with it. And that's really all I can do. But I think overall it was the people who supported the channel that overall inspired me to keep going. I think that's the biggest thing. I would say that's the real biggest thing that got me inspired and why it still made me keep going for what it was and stuff. So that was essentially all the comments that I ended up getting. I didn't really get a lot, unfortunately, but this video has already hit the 30-minute mark, which is just insane, and I haven't even been able to really fully edit it at the moment. Fun! Alright. So, in all seriousness though, thank you everyone for the comments, and stay tuned because this video is not over yet, because we have one little bitty itty bitty part of this video that you all need to lovingly see. So, if you didn't know, a couple months ago, I ended up getting a brand new PlayStation 4. My old one was just not working correctly. It was crashing on my games constantly, and it was genuinely making me go fucking insane. So, in the manner of, all the fun stuff, I ended up getting a brand new PS4, which works great. It is a PlayStation 4 Slim. And we took the old one, and we destroyed the fuck out of it. The ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fuck!
Hold him down, boys. Hold him down.
Oh, shit!
Hey.
Oh, shit!
I'm a pilot, man.
I'm the pilot.
It
doesn't work that well in skate.
This thing's shit.
Well, I was attempt one.
Who's the man or woman in the relationship?
Me. I am the man.
I love you.
Roger that.
Are you bi because you're greedy?
Escape.
Does
What's
your
the next
partner not worry about you cheating because you're bi?
What the fuck kind of questions
What
are these?
questions?
These are called 10 things you should never ever ask a gay or bi person.
Is Justin either of those?
Yes.
He is
We're
a gay
figuring
person,
it out
you know.
right now.
Honey,
It's skeptic.
honey,
Yes.
you need to get in the shop more. Honey,
Yes.
please tell this Asian boy
continue.
who's asking me questions that you love me.
Can
Delete.
you please stop rubbing your sexuality in our faces?
Oh god.
No.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Will you be my gay best friend?
No.
Can we go shopping together?
Why is that a question that asks a gay guy?
Okay, we'll ask those next.
Keyboard
A/slash
solo.
bi friend. Can I introduce you to? Maybe you could go on a date.
No, it's my money.
What are your secret skills?
Can you play the guitar like I?
Please?
That was
Alright, Connor,
What's up?
I need a birthday candle. They're not listening.
Can we get a birthday
I'm
candle?
not playing your fucking birthday candles in my house.
We need a birthday candle. Hey, just for all you who know, I love you all. You all stink. No, not really.
The time is out. Cut the footage.
Fuck.
Cut!
I'm sorry to do a late ninja.
This math doesn't add up.
Yeah,
He's
Chris,
crazy.
next questions. Chris, next questions.
I'm not fat.
Chris, where are questions?
Where are questions?
Phone lock.
Congar phone lock.
Connor phone gotta go.
Where?
Gotta go.
Numlock.
Question.
No, my love,
Ah.
please don't leave me. Damn it.
You know you
I'm
record
gay.
This is such a stupid video.
Good, that's the point. This is gonna get on trending. I swear.
Are you racist?
Yes.
Against what?
White people.
White people.
I'm throwing you in the recycling bin.
Oh no.
What's the next question, my Asian friend Chris?
So you're not just racist to whites, you're also racist to another religion.
Are you not Asian?
I am not Asian.
Is that your religion?
That is not my religion.
Yeah, is that your religion, Chris?
I did not say it was. I'm gonna go get the birthday candles and put them in your fucking pockets.
Cut it.
Towards it and kick the shit out of it.
I will hold R for run.
Will you hold R for run? Yeah. Alright. So, hello everyone. How you all doing today? My name's Jooztin and I'm with my good friends, Evan, Chris. That is a... Ah, fuck you!
I don't know, but it didn't get lit.
We have Cameron, who's over there drinking his Mountain Dew. And then we have the short boy, Connor. So today we have a PlayStation 4 that we're gonna give away. I have tinnitus. We're going to throw this, and everyone is going to kick it. So, boys, are you ready?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay, your job.
Wait, you're throwing it and we're kicking it?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it.
What if we just throw it in the water?
Well, that would just ruin it completely. Then we won't be able to make a video. But so I'm gonna throw it over there. And you guys are gonna run towards it, and you're gonna kick the fucking shit out of it like
ready for
it's
this.
World War III.
My
okay?
body is ready.
Are you ready?
Hold on, wait, I got it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I want some.
There you go.
I left my back pocket.
I left my.
Ooh, woo. Ooh, woo.
Alright.
Alright, I'm ready.
Hold it.
Oh shit.
Alright. Oh my god. Alright.
Calm down.
Oh no.
Wow. Alright. So Connor here.
He's already ready.
Shit. Connor here is going to show his might and power of the PlayStation 4. Please show
I hope
us
so.
your 1080p 60 frames per second gameplay.
Oh, fuck you.
That's the second step.
Yeah!
Fuck, hell, that thing is not yours.
Damn!
Wait, shouldn't you be doing this since you're the one that's angry
Yeah,
at
give me
it?
that shit.
Use the axe part.
Use the axe head, Justin.
Yeah.
Wait, take the shirt off too. Take the shirt off too.
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
That
Hell
thing
yeah.
is fucking in there.
What if your grandma comes out and sees this? What would she say? What would she say? Anything?
Should never let us back here again.
Oh my god. Damn, that felt great.
Yeah?
Hit it again.
Yeah, that felt
One more
great.
time. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's smoking.
Hell yeah. Oh, look at that.
I don't think it should be smoking.
Look at that. That's
Is this
pretty good.
smoking? Really?
Man, 420, bro.
I saw some smoke.
Dirt. It's the dust.
Hit it with the blade. Hit it with the blade.
Hit it with the blade.
It's just gonna bounce off.
Leave it. Leave it.
Ooh.
That's what you think.
Ooh. Well, did more damage than you did.
Woo!
Hey, other
That's
side.
a lot of
I
damage.
think that was good.
I think we're gonna need some flex seal for
Alright.
Alright, put your damn shirt back on. You fucking pansy.
Thank you, Paul.
Hey, Justin, you think if we seal it with flex seal, it'll be okay?
Oh fuck! Should we go
Can I
buy
put a
Flex Seal?
firecracker in there now?
Casey.
Yeah.
You can put-
Casey.
How many
How much
firecrackers
is
can you
Flex
fit in there?
Seal?
I don't know, like $15 a can.
Oh wait.
Nah, you won't
He's
worry
got.
about it.
Don't worry. He's got
Just do the whole thing.
Put up
Chris,
a
It's fine.
silver wall. No, I promised Casey, I'm a good kid. I'm not bad influence at all. Take a few off. That works.
Oh shit, you're gonna put that many? Should we just like stick a ball or I'll get facing into it?
I was thinking more like a fucking, those, Roman candles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
Shoot
should
multiple times?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
That was it.
I just made it smoke.
Go water it, Cameron.
Let it grow.
Let it grow.
How to hotbox a PS4.
Those hammers.
That was fucking.
Connor, he just ruined your mouse.
He told me to.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I never did.
Alright, I think it's good now.
No. Here you go, Justin.
That thing's
All right.
bro.
Now we're doing a giveaway.
Now we're
Who
doing...
wants this PS4?
Who wants this PS? Where? You gotta look at me. Hello, everyone. Do you want a giveaway? Do you want to?
Do you want a chance to win a new PS4? Go on your new computer books and type Justin is gay. That will give you a chance at winning this piece of shit.
Comment Justin is gay for a chance to win.
I'm gay.
Really gay. Don't fucking do this at home, you fucking stupid people.
Comment, people. Please don't do this. Okay, please subscribe. Oh, look at that.
Jesus, look at that.
It owed us money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, I actually got the perfect thing for this. Hold on.
Oh, you? Put a Roman candle in there. I like how Cameron looks perfect for this whole type of thing. I'm fucking weird.
All right, boys.
Hell yeah.
Is that satisfactory, Mr. Justin Moore?
No, we need more. All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hey, everyone, get in here. Get in here. Everyone's gonna take a sparkler. Evan,
This is semi-precious.
Is this like a battery?
Cameron. Cameron.
No, it is called a
We're gonna have a sparkler. Okay. Are you ready, Chris?
Yes.
Come
Here
on,
we go.
motherfuckers, come on. Come on, motherfuckers, come on.
Come on, motherfuckers, come on. Oh. Yes.
Now hold them all together. These people
are stupid.
Subscribe to the Jooztin channel. We have the best content. You look like a face. I make the best. What are you doing to my jacket? What's Cameron doing behind me?
Shove something.
That's fine. Please. America, Trump is my god. He is my savior.
Oh, you just lost half your viewers.
YouTube, subscribe to Jooztin, please. I need subscribers. I am so close to 600.
Hey, you got firecrackers in your pocket. Are you just happy?
I'm like watching.
Have you guys seen my PS4? Everybody? I think I saw it on a book.
Run.
You seen it?
Wait.
Hey, what the fuck? I worked so
Wait.
hard on picking that up.
What the fuck? Pour one out for the homies.
Delicious.
Cameron,
Yeah.
say the outro.
Fuck you, fags.